Done with both the steps, now let us start writing our program. So the first thing is we need to import the module on which we are going to work. So all you have to do is import cv2. That's basically the first step of all the programs. You have to import all the modules, all the packages that you are going to use in your program. The second thing that we need to do is we need to use our classifier. So for that we have to use our cv2 module, and inside that we have a method called cascade classifier. And here we need to provide our high cascade classifier file name. Let us store this result in a variable. I would call it as detect. We are just using this method to load our required trade XML classifier. Now the second thing we need to do is we need to use our image. For that we need to use cv2 module, and here we will be using a method called video capture. And inside that video capture, if you are using a webcam, you can give 0 or 1 according to your webcam code. And if you want to give any specific image name in the same directory, that is my desktop, all I have to do is pass my image name. So let me use elon.jpg and store that in a variable called imp_image, that is imported image. Now we have to read our image. For that we will be using a method over our imported image as read. Now this is going to give us two returns. The first one will be true and false, that if this method has actually read the image, it is going to return a true, otherwise it is going to return a false. The second is we are going to get the dimensions of our image, that is pixel dimension. So we need to store the result into two variables. So I will take as res, that is my result for true and false, and then img, that would store my image coordinates. So finally I have my pixel and coordinates of my image in img, and I have a true and false that I actually read the image or not. Now the next thing we need to follow up is we need to convert our image into grayscale image, because this hard cascade classifier, it is trained for grayscale images. So we need to convert all our images into a grayscale image. So for that we just need to use a cvt color method over our cv2 module. Let me store my result into my gray variable and then use my cv2 module and then cvt color method and then pass out my image, and the second parameter I need to pass is color parameter. Now that is done, we have used our input image and converted that into a grayscale image. Remember, we are going to use BGR to gray. For C++, you might get a result of BRG to gray if you search for Stack Overflow for any doubt or any error. Now we have converted our image into a grayscale image. The next thing we need to do is detect faces of different sizes in our input image. So for that we are going to use our detect, and inside that we have a method called detect multiscale, which will take three input. The first input will be our grayscale image, next will be our resizing command, and then our neighboring code. And everything will be stored inside a variable called faces. So this will detect faces in our image and it would return the result into our faces. Now currently we are not marking any face, we are not drawing any square over our face, we just have the coordinates. We will get 4 coordinates inside our face. Coordinate means x, y, width and height. What I mean by that? So let me take an example on Paint. Suppose my program was able to find mark face. So it would return me coordinates like x, y, w and h, that is my width and height. So what is going to be x? X and y will be my coordinates from the point they recognize the face. So it would be something lying here. So that would be my x comma y. The next will be w. So that would be my width of the face and then the height. So with the help of my width and height, I can actually find the coordinate of this point, also this point and this point. So we can draw a square or rectangle, whatever we want. So it would be returning me coordinates of x comma y, that is this coordinate, and it would returning me w and h. So we'll be utilizing that to draw a square on our face. Now before messing things and drawing a square over our image, let me just try to show my image, that is print my image. So there would be tons of code that is currently left, but let me see if I am doing everything right. Let me just show our image. So for that I would be using a command called cv2, then imshow. Here you need to pass two arguments. The first one will be the title of your window. If I open any window here, maybe just a command prompt, you see this is the title. So we need to give a title. And the second parameter that we need to pass is the image that we want to show. So for now I am just showing my img. It is the original image. I am just telling you the step of how to show. Later on we will be passing the image that actually have face recognize and have the square. Now after showing your image, you need to perform 3 steps every time. The first one will be our wait key, the second one will be our release of image, and the third one will be destroying of window. So let me do that. So here let me write our cv2.wait key, and here I need to pass milliseconds for which I need to open my image. So if I pass 1, it would be 1 millisecond. And if I pass 0, that would be means a stable image unless and until I close that. So here if I pass 500, so that means the image would be opened only for 500 milliseconds. Let me pass a 0 so I can close it whenever I want. The next thing we want to do is we want to release the image that we have captured. So we have captured a imported image, I need to release that. And after that I have to destroy all the windows that I am currently utilizing them as a resource for my program. So this is a basic code in which we are just opening any image. We are not currently showing any recognized face. We are just opening an image. I can comment these 3 lines of code, jump onto my command line and then run my code. Here you can see I was able to open my Elon Musk image. This looks fine. I have the coordinates of the face. Now all I have to do is use the coordinates that are available of this particular face and draw a square over that. Here we are using 0, that means it is open as a stable window and I can close that. If I used a 60 millisecond window, let me run this one again. You can see it was just a blink. Let me use a 600 millisecond. It was quite stable, but I would definitely prefer a 0.